Well, last time I suggested a season of consolidation, and that is exactly what is happening. Very mixed run of form. But sadly, and most importantly, we cannot keep goals out of the back of our net. No clean sheets in the first 10 games so far this season. We've been scoring goals, and that's left us comfortably mid-table. I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes because I have no idea what to expect moving forward. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot believe it. It is part 17 of my Taskmaster FC save. And it's been an interesting start to the season, to say the least. The last time you saw me, I got absolutely demolished by Kidderminster Harriers. I shouldn't say demolished. 1-0 is not a bad score, but it's definitely not the type of game you want to be starting your season with. Since that game, our form has just been mixed, to say the least. I can't think of any other term to describe it. 3-2 win over Aldershot Town away. Ursula Carlson with the hat trick within 20 minutes. It's just been a very weird season. It's been inconsistent, to say the least. This game against Southend United, I almost threw my computer out the window because we were comfortably up in this game 4-1, and then we just decided to allow 3 goals in the last 30 or so minutes of the game. And I was livid. I was so upset. I went and I made myself some tater tots. That's how upset I was. And I don't normally eat tots, folks. I'm not a tot kind of guy. You can quote me on that. We did end up beating Dagenham Redbridge 2-1, lost to Gateshead 3-2. Again, just mixed form. Barnet 3-3. We can't keep conceding goals, and that's the issue that I'm running into this season. We've been scoring goals left, right, and center, and I've been really happy offensively with what we've been doing, but we cannot get a clean sheet to absolutely save our lives. Did a little bit better here, and I think part of that is kind of switching back to our original formation. I know I had 2 really strong strikers, and I still have 2 really strong strikers, but I think that gap in the attacking midfield just really prevented us from just being more cohesive as a unit, and I know that having that extra attacking player maybe pulled back a little bit might not help us defensively, but when I look at the results, it seems like that's exactly what it's done here. We ended up a couple more victories here over Yeovil Town and Woking, loss against Halifax Town, and then a win against Scunthorpe United. Today, our focus is going to be on Hartlepool and Bromley. We do have a FA Cup 4th qualifying round match against Sutton United here in just a couple of days here. I probably will not bring that to you because it's only the 4th qualifying round. If it were the first round proper, second round proper, whatever, when we could actually make some money, then that is a very different story. But we're probably just going to leave those out. Just looking at the standings here, and just to get an idea of what we're looking at, we're actually 7th, which is, in all honesty, quite a bit higher than what I would have originally expected. If I go and look at the details in the standings here, 5 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. That's probably about what I'd expect. I'm kind of expecting us to maybe drop down more in here. Plenty of time for the season to work that out. We are only 5 points off of the top of the table, so I really can't complain about our positioning so far. In terms of goals forward, 3rd in the league. We're scoring 22 goals. That's 2.2 goals per game. Unfortunately, we're also 4th last in goals allowed. So it is a very high-scoring affair for each of our games. We're not really grinding out 1-0 victories or 1-0 losses. It really is just kind of a slugfest, and we're just simply just trying to score more goals than our opponent. It really isn't the way I like to play football, but it is what it is. We're still, destined for relegation according to the season preview here. Our 2 best players are literally absolutely poor. The only one that has worse players than us in the key player tab here is Worthing. So, again, I feel like we're maybe a little bit outperforming what we should be doing, but like I said, I'm not going to complain about it. We've been doing quite well. That being said, I guess I wasn't fully prepared to take on the team today. We have a game here in about 2 hours, so I'm just going to go ahead and simulate this forward. Oh, here we go. Wow, look how time flies when you press the sim button. All right, tactical meeting here. Are there any changes that I want to make? I mean, you could see defensively, last 5 games, just our average ratings here have just been absolutely terrible. Like I said, we've been scoring goals, which is great. But unfortunately, we are just not preventing them from getting the back of the net. I might be looking to sign one more defensive player to really shape this up here because our outside backs have not been performing well. Center backs have not been performing well. Moan Rizwan has been very, very disappointing so far in terms of goalkeeping. Just not doing what I would expect defensively, and this has just been a poor performance. I've actually considered moving in Josh Thomas because Josh Thomas is actually of a higher rating at this point in time. So a couple more poor performances by Moan Rizwan, and Josh Thomas from Taskmaster Australia Season 2 is going to come in and take Moan Rizwan out of this series here. Again, Tim Key at right back. We're going to have Lolly Adefope, Daisy May Cooper, and Fern Brady filling out our back line. Rob Beckett and Jenny Tien will be our center midfielders. Attacking midfielder, we have Al Murray, Sophie Duker, Sam Campbell, and Ursula Carlson up top. Ursula Carlson was doing a great job. Again, kind of hit or miss here, but 6 goals so far in the 10 matches so far this season have been good. Judy Love's also been playing quite well. Unfortunately, we just only have room for 1 striker now, so it has to be kind of on a rotational basis who we put in there and just kind of hope for the luck of the draw that the individual that we put in there ends up scoring goals for us. But we go back to this formation. It just seems to be working for us a little bit better. We're just a little bit sounder defensively without sacrificing any offensive prowess, which is fine. I've kind of conceded to the fact that we're probably going to be allowing lots of goals this season. But again, I am trying to bring in maybe a couple of reinforcements here. I know many people have been asking, why have I not been taking in loans? I don't have a whole lot of names in the game that I can play with in terms of Taskmaster contestants. And so I don't really want to be wasting that on a player that I might bring in on loan that ends up going back later on in the season. So that may change as we kind of move up the table, move up the leagues here. I don't know how I'm going to approach that. Maybe something to consider, but I really only have about, I think, 90 names left that I can utilize, which means I can only sign 90 more players. And we got a ways to go before we get anywhere near the Premier League. So that being said, I'm not quite sure what will happen if we run out of names. We may have to go with children, Tim Key the second, Lolly Adefope the second. I don't know. I'm not quite sure exactly how it's going to work yet, but let's go ahead and submit this team. Let's go ahead and get this game going and see what we can do today. Hopefully, we can pull out a victory today against Hartlepool United. I'm not sure where they are in the league. You know what? I want to win every match. Today's no different. I need a strong defense today. Nobody seems to be motivated by that because everybody knows that we are not going to have a strong defense today. I'm going to say we're going to allow 3 goals this game. Just a hunch. It's just been our luck so far this season. Like I've said before, defensively, we have not been very talented. Offensively, we've done quite well, but it's just been a matter of just simply outscoring our opponents so far this season. Not the brand of football that I like to play, but it is what it is. Looks like they're going to have the first attack, and just like that, it's 1-0. And again, just defensively, nobody is stepping up their game. Nobody is defending that at all. I mean, that is a free header. Nobody even looks. Nobody jumps. Everybody just kind of stands there. Mawan Rizwan, it does poorly to get to that corner of the net. Everybody just not playing well at all this season. And again, I really feel like we've outplayed ourselves the first 10 matches of the season. I mean, it gives us some good points to work with, so that way we're not solely focused on trying to avoid relegation. It puts us comfortably mid-table, but on the other hand, how long can this luck last? Because it's not lasted very long at all. Yeah, let's go ahead and play for set pieces. I was going to say play for set pieces, but and the thing is, it's just they're just getting a couple shots. Every shot just seems to end up going to the back of the net. Nobody's making any saves. Nobody's playing defense at all. And we're suffering as a result of it. I mean, XG, we've been quite good with XG in a couple of games here, but every shot they get on target just manages to find its way in the back of the net. That was just an unlucky miss, because that should have been nailed to the back of the net as well. And we've been, again, this has just kind of been the course of the season. Yes, play for set pieces, fine. I don't really care. Their XG is 0.19. Ours is 0.34, double that, but we're still down 1-0. And like I said, nobody's been playing well. We seem to actually score goals when I go to attacking, so I'm going to try that mentality here, but everybody's just been pitiful. And I don't know how to solve this problem other than getting more players in, but I don't have the money to do so. So again, a season of consolidation is what I said was going to happen this season, and I feel like that is exactly what's going to happen this season. So far, like I said, we've been a bit lucky. Let's see if Sam Campbell can get the corner in here and we can get something back here. Looks like it's cleared out. Duker is going to try to get the box. Daisy May Cooper finds, unfortunately, a Hartlepool player. That's an incredible strike. I can't remember who got that. Rob Beckett with the strike there. Just off the post. Unlucky not to score there. That would have been very nice to tie up the game 1-1. Unfortunately, it is not to be. And just like that, we are still down 1-0. No offensive chances, no offensive highlights whatsoever. I mean, this has been quite a surprisingly boring game compared to what I have normally seen from this team, where it has been goals galore left, right, and center. Sam Campbell's not played well. We'll bring on Josh Whitcomb for him. Ursula Carlson will get Judy Love on. Again, we just need something offensive to be going here. Let's move Adefope. No, not Adefope. Let's move Cooper out here. And then for Tim Key, we'll go ahead and bring on David Correos. I don't like making all 3 changes all at once, but we need something to happen here. Mawan Rizwan might be getting substituted in the next game simply because I can't. That's just such a liability. Everything's a liability at this point. We cannot do anything defensively. And if we can't score goals, we cannot win games, period. We're not going to be a team that's going to be keeping clean sheets this year. And our inability to score our last 2 games has been poor. And just like that, we've lost the game 1-0. Defenders, I'm furious. And you could be demotivated all you want, but you've been terrible so far this season. If we can't keep a clean sheet, how can we expect to win games? And that's what it's been boiling down to so far. I think we're going to go back. Last two games, we've not scored any goals. Maybe this is what we need to be doing. We were scoring plenty of goals with this tactic. Decisions. I tell you what, in 3 days I'll bring you back for the Bromley game and let you know what decisions I have made to move forward. Well, I brought you back, and I did say I was going to look for a couple of signings. I did find a couple of outside backs that might help us out just a little bit. Again, I'm not expecting a whole lot. They fit within our wage budget, so I really can't complain. These players hopefully can provide us with a little bit of extra support in the left and right back regions. But until then, we are just going to have to deal with what we have currently. Josh Thomas is going to make his first appearance in goal for us. Do not make me look like an idiot. We did move Daisy May Cooper out onto the right back position and then took out Tim Key, just trying to change things up a little bit, just trying to increase our luck, I guess. We're also going back to the 2-striker formation here. So very similar in terms of our personnel. We're just substituted in Sophie Duker for Judy Love, and hopefully that partnership will score some goals. I know Judy Love did have 4 goals there. We were not playing Judy Love over the last couple of games, but maybe a return back to this formation is exactly what we need to do. I don't know. I don't like constantly going back and forth and changing formations, but the reality is we've got to find goals, and we have to find them somewhere. I'm going to leave the balance mentality on for now. And we'll just have to wait and see. We are taking on second in the table Bromley. So I expect to get beaten and beaten handily today. Again, we're just going to have to roll with the punches, I guess. Hey, the pressure's all on them, but I need a strong defensive performance today, and a strong midfield, and a strong attacking. Go out and do something better than last time, because we cannot play much worse than what we did. I take it back. Like, we did play well. We just didn't execute on our opportunities, and the one opportunity that our opposition had that game, they put the ball in the back of the net. Kudos to them. That's exactly what they needed to do. So we need to make sure that we do the same here. We need to execute and make sure that we get goals, and plenty of them, because, again, defensively, I'm not quite sure exactly what we're going to be able to do here. Free kick. A corner in gets headed away. Unfortunately, Bromley get the ball back and are trying to kind of work the ball down into the box here. Looks like a good interception by Brady. Brady moves it up to Campbell. Campbell back to Brady. I'm not sure we're going to continue this highlight, but Tien ends up getting it to Beckett. Beckett immediately turns the ball over, and it's fired over the top of the net. Josh Thomas had it covered, but regardless, it is not a save, and it will be a goal kick for Chesham United. Still 0-0, 25 minutes in, and still not really applying a whole lot of pressure. It's kind of very similar to the last game. We just have not been doing a whole lot offensively, which again is in stark contrast to what I've seen in previous games where it was just a goal marathon, if you will. Good save by Thomas. That's the type of goalkeeping we need to keep ourselves in these games. And Moan Rizwan would not have made that save. I mean, again, I'm speculating here, but we need to make sure that we continue to execute and do better. And Bromley have kind of gotten the better of us this first half, have not really created a whole lot of opportunities with this formation, and again, just like that, it is 0-0 at halftime, flat line, which is not what I want to see. I'm going to go ahead and up this up to a positive mentality, maybe get us a little bit more offensive prowess. In terms of defending, it hasn't been bad. Our stats are not terrible here. I still think I want to provide a little bit of motivation for them. You know what? I think we can do better. We need to be able to perform a little bit better offensively. Let's go through. Let's have a little bit more of a positive mentality, and maybe we get some more opportunities on goal and maybe get that one goal that we need in order to take the lead here. Apparently, Al Murray's given everything he has. I'm going to try to settle us out here for maybe about another 5 minutes. That might have been a bad decision here, as Bromley now have the highlight. They do have possession. Ursula Carlson, though, intercepts the ball, gets the ball across to Campbell. Campbell moves the ball down the line, tries to get across in, and unfortunately, it gets deflected immediately. The ball is pumped over the top by Bromley. Looks like it's going to be intercepted. It is intercepted by Beckett. Beckett to Judy Love. Judy Love is going to find Sam Campbell down the left-hand side. He's going to work his way inside of the box. Gets it to Jenny Tien. Misses wide. And opportunities like that do not come very often for this team. Very different than what we had last year, where we were absolutely offensive-minded and could get goals left, right, and center. Now, Goals are very much more scarce, and we need to do a little bit better job of taking advantage of those opportunities, especially when we get them inside of the box. Rob Beckett, as they would say in Indiana Pacers terminology, from downtown. Fires it into the back of the net and is 1-0 to Chesham United. An unexpected goal here for Beckett. Ursula Carlson gets a good ball to the midfield. Rob Beckett has plenty of space and just ignores the work into the box mentality and gets it past the Bromley goalkeeper, whose last name I'm not going to try to pronounce because I do not want to offend a Tire Nation. And just like that, it's 1-0 to Chesham United. And again, maybe moving to that offensive mentality might be a little bit of what we need, as long as we provide a little bit of ourselves defensively. Looks like we need to make a couple of substitutions here. It looks like Tim Key might be coming in here. We do have players that are a little bit tired here. We have about 20 minutes left in the game, so I'm going to go ahead and make some substitutions. Al Murray said he was tired. Let's go ahead and get Josh Whitcomb in on that attacking midfielder, on that attacking right side, rather. Adefope looks a little bit tired. I'm going to move in Cooper, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put Tim Key there. Tim Key has not been great in that position so far, and I'm a little bit concerned that he is not able to make the bump up to the Vanarama National League, but we're just going to have to wait and see what he can do tonight. And I'm going to leave that last substitution on just in case. I'm going to go ahead and, I know it's a little bit early, but we're in a position now where 3 points is 3 points. We want to take every single opportunity we get to get points this season. And if it means being boring and drilling out the clock and letting it bleed, then that's exactly what we're going to do, because anytime we can get an opportunity to get 3 points, especially against a team like Bromley, we need to make sure that we take advantage of those. Bromley now looking to get an opportunity here, and they are going to get the ball. Vennings to Elaware. I'm not going to start pronouncing these names because I don't know these players. I know Taskmaster contestants very, very well. But they are maintaining possession quite well. It looks like they're going to get the ball down the left-hand side here. Kind of working the ball back and forth, trying to find an opening here. Tim Key intercepts. Unfortunately, he gives the ball right away, which is exactly what I did not want Tim Key to do in this type of situation. He has been a liability most of the season, and unfortunately liability there as well because he did not do anything defensively. I'm tempted to take him off right now for anybody that can play in that position. I mean, anybody. Okay. Ferd Brady's going in. I can't. You're getting substituted again. You nearly cost us the match there. Tim Key might be done. In all honesty. I hate to be that guy, but twice he's made a critical mistake that could have screwed us over. He spent, what, 5 minutes in the game? If that. I'll have to take a look at the stats at the end of the game. We're maintaining this lead 1-0. Again, not a whole lot of highlights, which I'm perfectly fine with. Let's just kill out this game. Let's just get it done. Get that 1-0 victory. No, I did not want to see a highlight. I didn't want to see a highlight. No. Over the top of the net. Just... Ah! Why? Why does that go in? That's a terrible shot. I should say it's a terrible shot. That is a ball that should not go in the back of the net. I'm furious. Oh, Tim Key looks fired up. Individuals, Tim Key. Yeah, seems down and pressured. Well, you should be. Oh, that's frustrating. I give Josh Thomas some credit, though. Josh Thomas played well. Might be the keeper we need going forward. I do want to go see that game. I want to see how quickly I took him off. I was clearly not pleased with Tim Key's performance there. Do we have the substitution here? Player stats, Tim Key. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes too many, in my opinion. A point's a point. We'll take it, but man, we gotta finish these games out from winning positions. And those are 2 points that are dropped. 2 points that we need to make sure we secure ourselves in the Vanarama National League. So, that being said, it's gonna be a while before I bring it back. This is not a very exciting season. But who knows? Probably like end of November here. I'm trying to play like maybe 10, 11 games in between each episode now. So, these are possibly winnable games, maybe. So Sutton United and Chester, maybe. Might be nice to kind of see me win a game for once instead of suffering. Although maybe you like to watch me suffer. I'm not sure. Regardless, Hopefully you liked that. If you did, leave a like. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing more Taskmaster FC content. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and we will see you soon. Bye.